Welcome back, fellow PC enthusiasts, to the first round of news for the shortest month of the year. Things have been surprisingly interesting over the first few weeks, and it doesn't look like 2022 is planning on letting off the gas anytime soon. Valve hooks us up with an extremely useful interface tweak, one that I did not even realize was missing until now, and Microsoft is putting the kibosh on the HoloLens 3. AMD is putting even more chips on the table with next-gen Ryzen and Radeon this year, and Sony has made a move to acquire a major developer, something I did not see coming. Okay, enough of that. Let's crack open this burrito and see what's inside, shall we? Head honcho Brad Chacus brought this interesting and useful bit of information to the table, so big thanks to him for that. With Valve prepping for its Steam Deck launch, the company has been making a lot of tweaks within Steam to make its handheld life a little easier. And what could that be? Well, how about the ability to see how much space a game is going to take up after installation before you choose to download it? But the catch right now is that you'll need to be using a beta client of Steam. However, this feature should be rolling out to everyone sooner rather than later. Seems simple, right? I mean, I never even thought about how I had to go through the process to begin installing a game before I was privy to how much space I would even need free on my storage. But why do you think this would be so useful for the Steam Deck? Well, if you haven't noticed, not all versions have a massive storage solution, so users will need to be careful, and with this update, they'll know ahead of time whether they can proceed with the installation before even clicking on the install button and potentially wasting their time. But you know who isn't wasting their time? Microsoft, with the HoloLens 3 apparently. PC World's Mark Hawkman broke down the report from Business Insider that Microsoft killed off its HoloLens in 2021. So, in the trash can with mixed reality plans. This is such a weird move with so many companies leaning into the metaverse and virtual everything. So, what gives? Well, according to the report from Business Insider, there's a bit of back and forth within Microsoft on the direction for the project. But the statement Microsoft gave to PC World stated, Microsoft HoloLens remains a critical part of our plans for emerging categories like mixed reality and the metaverse. The company said, we remain committed to HoloLens and future HoloLens development. Now, if the Business Insider report is accurate, then the plans could be in place for the device itself is what's changed. Rather than stick with the Microsoft design, the company could be planning to partner with a Samsung device. And while Microsoft's moves sound like a big bet, then AMD's could be even bigger. On Tuesday, executive for AMD stated that the company had secured enough manufacturing capacity for 2022 to meet demand. And get this, that's including the next generation CPUs and GPUs. And that's a big tease for sure, and something I'm sure most DIYers will believe when they see it. This all comes from AMD's constant growth with the expectation of $5 billion in revenue during the first quarter of this year alone. But DIY isn't where a lot of this is being made, it's in the server space. And you know what the server space needs a lot of? CPUs and GPUs. And while that's true with server-grade gear, the upcoming launch of Zen 4 CPUs and the statements line up for what I hope to be a solid and available launch. But the mention of next-gen GPUs is really exciting as well, so why don't you share in the comments section what you think that's all about? But on to things you can't buy, like a gaming studio. It's what all the cool kids are doing these days. I mean, Microsoft is leading the front in buying up every studio that accidentally leaves its keys laying about. So why wouldn't Sony jump in too? Who else had Sony buying Bungie in their developer acquisition bingo card? It certainly wasn't me. First off, I need to remind people out there, in case they forgot, that Bungie may have left Microsoft some time ago to go to Activision and then broke off on its own, but Bungie did not take the Master Chief along with them. Halo continued with 343 and Microsoft. Now with that out of the way, it's going to be quite interesting to see where the future of Bungie and the likes of Destiny go from here. For the $3.6 billion price tag, I hope Sony and us gamers get something spectacular out of the deal. I mean, Sony is enjoying great success on PC launches after all. Let's hope they don't forget that. Well, there you have it. Once again, folks, another solid week in the rearview mirror and lots to look forward to in 2022. Valve is still making quality of life improvements on Steam, and I'm here for every bit of it. Microsoft has reportedly killed off the HoloLens 3 in favor of a new device in partnership with Samsung to dive headfirst into the metaverse. AMD bets big and is putting all its chips on the line to meet major demand in 2022, and Sony broke out the bank card and picked up the once Microsoft-owned Bungie. Let's see if they capture lightning in a bottle with this one. I want to thank all of you again for joining me on this week's recap. If you want to see something wild and crazy, make sure you check out Gordon's article on the world of esports Excel spreadsheets. That's just crazy stuff. But before you do that, let me know what you thought of this video by hitting the thumbs up, and don't forget that subscribe button for even more PC hardware and software goodness.